would you agree that because I just like you said at the beginning, you want to do what you love to do.
Right.
So it's not just a matter of them finding out what's trending. It's also finding what's trending in an area of what
their interest, right?
Interest,
Everything is all about niche, right? You have to be niche based. So when I say, and that's the research that you have to do, right? You have to look within your niche and figure out what your niche likes.
Yeah.
Right? So if your niche is, and it's easy to find that kind of stuff. You can go, say you have, a couple friends, right, that we have similar interests. You could go on their Facebook and figure out what their interests are there by their likes, right? People will have, if you go on Facebook and you go on to what people like that are your friends, you'll find out what the common interest is for your industry. And then you just flip that around and then you just produce the content, right, that you could go take that same title, look on YouTube, figure out what's the top video on there.
Yeah.
And talk about that.
Yeah.
So it's just doing your research, right?
Yeah.
And then recreating. It's like 3M innovation. So just recreate the content in your own way, the way that you love to do it, and then you'll be successful.
No, for sure.
Right.
Becoming a channel. And that's the thing. Right now, there's so much information out there, and people may think, oh, it's so oversaturated.
Right.
There's so much stuff on there. Why would anyone want to listen to me? But that's the
real.
That's
what I thought too.
Okay.
I thought that too.
Okay.
Right? And that's why it took me so long for me to do a podcast, because I'm looking at Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, and all these guys, and I'm just like, these guys have it all together.
Yeah.
No one needs me, but you have an individuality.
Exactly.
You have your own struggle.
Yeah.
And someone else has that own struggle.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's 7 billion people on this planet. And if you understand that the internet is early, we're still early in the internet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of these industries that are dying out now have been there since the 1920s, 1930s, right? Especially like, the factory industry has been there a long time. So the internet just came into 1994.
Yeah.
So there's huge waves,
Yeah.
right? Amazon is just picking up now, and they've this billions of, money into their marketing, into the products and everything they're doing. So it's never too late for you, right?
Exactly.
Never. So
yeah, it's never too late, but at the same time, if you know about it, why not jump in, right? And that's one message I want to get across, like even with the Mind Assistance program and the map book, like this information's here, and it's important information to know right now. And if it's available to you, why not go and get it? Like, that's something with me, just like you. I'm all about absorbing information, because it's the information that you get that's really gonna increase anything. You know what I mean? So
it's fair. It's really fair. You gotta think about, like, a lot of people don't think they can make it, right? A lot of people, and a lot of stuff is like studio produced, and they just don't think they can do it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why, us coming into position, right, coming not from much, right, is going to be relatable to them for them to do it. Like, again, this is new, especially in our industry, like as being colored entrepreneurs, right? We're used to the rappers, right? We're used to all those things.
Entertainment mainly, right? Yeah.
Right, exactly. But the same way that they distribute entertainment, you could distribute information, and your own product, And if you notice how the rap game is going, everyone's realizing, I don't need a label anymore. I can do everything myself. So
that's pretty much what it is. Because nowadays, the TV is becoming obsolete itself. Like, my son, he watches TV, but he doesn't watch cable or Rogers. He watches YouTube. Like, his favorite shows, like Ryan, and then some Ninja Kids, and they're all YouTube channels. So even my wife and me were contemplating, like, do we need Bell right now? But I have to watch our Raptors game, so I'm keeping it on for the season. Right? But like right now, the new TV is YouTube.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right? That's what it is. And then now, if you listen, you're seeing the record labels. That's Spotify. That's streaming. That's all these independent sites. So everything is available for everyone right now.
They're all using social media to blow up everything.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, if you're an artist, it's all about being on TikTok. It's all about getting as many features on TikTok from as popular people as possible. And that will drive your playlist all the way up. Right. Even from, sorry to cut you, but even TikTok, because I see when TikTok's on, it shows like the song name and stuff. So that counts as streams, right? all of that, right? Because people, and it's because it's a small clip, like it's a 15-second clip a lot of the times, and people want to hear the whole song. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of content, like, you know, because of social media, it kind of leveled the playing field for everybody.
Everyone.
Right?
You know, and
so,
you could do it on a budget, whatever your budget is, you could go and make it happen.
Right. All you need, to be honest with you, a lot of these entrepreneurs that are, you know, gurus right now, they started with their cell phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. Even when you were saying before, if you have a camera or not, I'm like, yo, your phone's a camera nowadays, for sure.
Yeah, so you got to be resourceful.
Yeah.
Right, in business, right? You know, it's not about the capital all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's about how hard you're willing to work. Right? So you're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be afraid to make mistakes. You're going to miss jump shots.
Yeah.
You know, you got to keep shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You got to keep shooting. Eventually, it will catch on, and people will see that hard work, and it'll become a snowball effect.
Exactly.
Right? So
exactly. And it's about following the principles as well. You know, that's something that, you know, I really, you know, learned over the years, because you could be out and working the hardest. You could be the hardest worker. You could be going out hustling the most. But God will let you know, say, like, I'm in charge. You get what I'm saying? And
100%.
Yeah, you know, and then you get knocked down and you got to come back up. But you learn, you get those experiences, right? But the key thing is to move in alignment with these principles. Because as you move in alignment with these principles, then things are more happening in your favor. You know, so, you know, like that's one thing that I want to put out there as well, right?
Right.
No, for sure.
If you have any other final thoughts that you want to get out to the people out here about your book, because it is an amazing book, to grow, to learn these lessons. Like I'm on that, you know, one thing that I know is 80% of businesses fail, 80% of franchises succeed. And the reason why franchises succeed is because there's a formula. And I feel like this book is the formula.
Yes, most definitely.
Right? So can you just, you know, give us a little insight about, you know, wrap it up a little bit and tell us why this is the most important book to have right now.
Okay. So in regards to the map book, I'll just go in a general universal sense, you know, because you know, just to make the book make sense.
Right.
Okay. So what the map book does is, first you got to see the big picture. You know, what does your ideal life look like? Right. And you have to dream big. You know, it has to be big. You know, you got to dream as big. Maybe it would take you in your mind. Maybe you may think it's going to take 10 years or even 20 years, or even a lifetime, even 2 lifetimes. You decide how big you want it to happen. It could happen in a year. It could happen in a few months. But the key thing is that you let it all out. You know what you want your ideal life to look like. Like, what do you want in your life? Right. And that's likened to the sun. Right? Because the sun carries a large mass. Right? And when you dream big, then what you're doing is it's a big mass that you're carrying. Right? And then in the book, what we do is we break it down. So when we have the big picture, now we're going to break it down to your year, your month, your week, your day. We're going to break it down. So that's pretty much everything is gravitating around the big mass. You know, kind of like the planets, right? So that's what I'm saying when I talk about in a universal sense. That's pretty much you know what it does. You know what I mean?
I get it. That's deep.
Okay, for sure.
I get that.
You know,
that's
and
deep.
when we break it down, like for example, when you set goals, like I really studied a lot in goal setting. Right. And when you set goals, right, a goal that is extreme, a lot of people, that's why they don't follow through with it. Right. So with the map book, what it's allowing you to do is allowing you to see the big picture, and then you break it down. Right. You break it down, and when you have a goal, like say for example, for the map book right now, let's say because the goal and you know is an ambitious goal, but I said you have to dream big, right, to assist over 1 billion people to create wealth. All right. Okay, so that's the goal. When it happens, hey, you know, but it has to be big, right?
It has to be
so that's why, you know, you'll see me doing all kinds of things to get it out there, but in for the year, it's to enroll 100 people in a program. You get what I'm saying?
You start with the basics. I don't doubt anyone's dream. That's the one thing that I don't do, because I started a marketplace, right? A marketplace with over 10,000, you know, items, and planning to actually relaunch it again once everything is settled. So, you have to dream big.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of investors don't invest in companies because the company's not global enough and big enough. That's the one thing that I got from investors. It's not that a lot of people don't want to invest in what you have. You're just not thinking big enough. If you were to, think as big as you can and you execute it on a small level, that transitions to different continents. Yeah. Right? Like no one really knows that WhatsApp started in India. Right? WhatsApp payment is in Brazil. Okay. So they start things in small countries, and once it works there, they're able to globalize it.
Okay. Yeah. That's proper. Because even with the book right now, to be honest, I am focusing a lot in the GTA area, Brampton area. We're in a position that, but I don't know. You're the expert, so I'll talk to you more about that too. So
Kenya you're gonna be a big Kenya, and Ghana is going to be huge for you.
Nice. Right,
because I've market out there for myself for just giving free guidance on marketing. Yeah. And those are big countries, and everyone's like, "Yo, there's like 45 million people here," and and I'm just like, whoa. Yeah. So sometimes, and what we have to do, especially in marketing, we have to understand what's, who are the early adopters and who is going to jump on the bandwagon later. Canada is a bandwagon jumper.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that, man. I can see that stuff.
We're just hesitate more because even if you look at the music that we listen to, we always like pop culture. Yeah. Right? We always like the best of the best. There's a reason why Came Out in Walmart can't survive at the same time in Canada, but they can in the States. Okay. Right? So the main thing for you is to find your early adopters. Right? Once you find your early adopters, those 20% is going to bring you 80% of your business.
Oh, most definitely. Right. Most definitely. And I'm pretty much just doing whatever I'm guided to. I'm following the principles with the map every day. And that's why I go about it and I realize it, and I'm seeing the result of what the MapWhip program does. Right. And it's amazing. Like, even for example, this podcast here, like I just started the Wealth Talk podcast.
I seen that.
Right. And thanks, man. I appreciate it. Right. And I reached out to you, and I told you from time I wanted to have you on, because like it's about getting that information out there. And then when I reached out to you, by coincidence, today, come to the studio. Yep. I have.
And it wasn't even supposed to happen like that, because I was supposed to be in the studio yesterday. Oh. And I lost my car keys in the car. Yeah. And couldn't get here, and it just happened to be here.
That's law of attraction. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. No real talk, man. So, and this kind of stuff I'm seeing over and over and over, right? And the people who are in the program right now, they're experiencing the same results. That's right. Good. And and in terms of the price point with the program, I wanted to make it affordable, because I've spent thousands of dollars on personal development, right? And in terms of just getting to know me more, and like in having mentors, programs, just about everything, and I'll continue to spend on myself, because I think that's the best investment.
You have to. Yeah. If you look at athletes, right, LeBron James spends $1 million himself. If you looked at Kobe wouldn't leave the gym. His mentor was Michael Jordan. Yep. He always talked to Jerry West. All of these great people, he made sure that he had the knowledge so that he was great. Exactly. You cannot go anywhere without the right knowledge.
Oh, most definitely. Right? Most definitely. No, for sure. No, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate, this nice proper setup.
I love it.
The biz core. And, I feel with everything, we have to create more win-win situations.
Correct.
Right? And, and I feel that a lot of people are into self-preservation. Right. A lot of people are just concerned on what they're doing. Right. But I feel we need to do things like this more. We need to collaborate 100%. More. People that we see that are out there making moves, we need to reach out and, support what they're doing, exactly. And, just support each other, because that's what's going to make us grow. Yep. That's what's going to make us grow. And that's pretty much, what I'm doing with Wealth Talk. That's why I reached out to you, and I'm reaching out to, other people that I see making moves. I want to let them know, say, yo, we notice you. You
got to reach out to Chris too, the lawyer who's, he has his own app, his own lawyer app.
Yeah, put me onto him. Yeah. Send me connect, man. Yeah, for sure.
And anybody that I could bring along your way, I work for you. So
yeah, no, for sure, man. Yeah, I work for you too, bro. That's what it is. And send that out, and at the same time, I let people know, Korey, he's working on my stuff, the biz core, right? Because right now, what you're in, people need. Yeah. Like if you are running a traditional business with a brick and mortar, you know, even if that's your core business, get an online element.
Right.
Have an online arm.
You're your own distribution.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's been complaining, well, I can't get on TV, I can't get on the radio, I can't. You don't need all. You have your own. Your phone has everything you need to be able to get to anybody that you want to. If you want to go to London, England, you can get there. If you want to go to Africa, you can get there. If you want to go to India, you can get there. No matter where you are, you can reach anybody that you want to reach.
Yeah.
And on top of reaching everybody that you want to reach, you can reach everybody in your niche. So if I'm selling water, I can tell Facebook, I want everybody who loves water to see my stuff. And I could tell Facebook, well, this water is like a vitamin water, so I needed to hit the young demographic. So I could do the age group, I could do the city, I could do the street, right? And I could even separate buyers from non-buyers. That's what's key about Facebook. I could separate, if I want to get leads for my business, I could separate those type of people. I could separate people who are just going to, watch my stuff.
Yeah.
And I could separate people who actually buy stuff online. So being your own distributor is the most important thing as far as being a business, because you don't got to rely on, paying the radio. You don't got to rely on being on TV. You don't got to rely on, people flopping on you, right? And a lot of people, even online, like when people say influencers, you don't know who's following those people, right? If you stick to your niche and you're hitting the right people every single time, you're gonna be successful. But if you're constantly hitting different people who are not right for your business, right? Because not everybody's for you, right? If you're not hitting the people who are right for your business, you're not gonna succeed. And Facebook is the equalizer for that.
Okay.
Right.
So I have another quick question.
Okay.
It's a personal question too, because it's related to online marketing, right? And as you know, I'm into that, and I'm deep in, and I love specialized knowledge. So share it with me, share it with the listeners and viewers as well, right? But with online, right? You mentioned it. You mentioned meta tags, right? So I know about tags,
right?
Hashtags,
right?
And these things. What is the importance of these things?
Well, I explained this in my last podcast, but I'll say it again. Hashtags is how people find you, right? If you were to put an Instagram, and you have no followers, no one knows you, it's your first picture, how's anyone gonna see you?
Only your followers. Like, you have no followers.
You have no followers.
Yeah, exactly.
How's anyone gonna see you?
Exactly.
So when you put a hashtag on your photo, it exposes you to more people. And if you put the right hashtag, you're gonna be exposed to a lot of people, right? When I say about titles, when someone goes into Google, they're typing in a certain word. You can understand how many people are typing that exact word. And if you position yourself, with the right content in front of that word, you're going to be at the top, and millions of people are going to find you. So hashtags, titles, meta tags is how people find you. And if you put good content, attach it to those meta tags, you're going to blow up. And if you do it consistent enough, like Gary Vee, who does it every single day, 4 or 5 times a day, you're going to explode, right? But you don't have to, starting off, you don't have to do it like Gary Vee. You could start gradually, and as you snowball, pick up, then you hire the right people, and you snowball. But you not finding, and that's part of the research, right, is finding the hashtags that are relatable to the content that you're able to create. Right? If you're, I explained in the last podcast, if you're on a hashtag that has 1 million views and you have 2 views, don't use that hashtag.
Okay.
Use things that Google is something totally, Google, YouTube, totally different.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Instagram, use hashtags that you can compete with. So if you know that, you have 100 likes every single time you post a photo, find the hashtags that's relatable to your niche, that have people who are that get 100 likes on either one.
Okay, so sorry, just give an example, because examples make things more clear.
Okay,
all right?
So all right, an example. So if I'm posting something for myself about entrepreneurship, right? About marketing, right? Let's say I post a picture and there's a picture on, you know, a free offer to come to one of my classes.
Okay.
Right? So what I would do, I know that on my Instagram, my photos usually get 400 to 500 likes, right?
Okay.
Right? So I'm looking for, like, if I put in marketing 101, if I click on that hashtag and look at the photos that are featured on that hashtags, if the top photos have 500 likes, I use that hashtag.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I'll try to find 7 of those. Right? And then I'll try to find 7 ones who have maybe 600 likes. Because I know that the 500 likes, if I get everything good on the 500 likes, it's going to go to the 600 likes. And then for my last 7, I might use the $1 million or the million likes
as it goes up.
as it goes up. But you only use a maximum of 21 hashtags, and you use it as a ladder. And that's how you build. Right? And if you do that at least twice a day, you're going to explode. I know people who do it like 4 or 5 times a day, they grow like 100K within 6 months.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what.
So you said
is.
no maximum than 21.
No
right?
maximum than 21.
What's the minimum?
Is
there a minimum?
I don't know if there's a minimum. I've seen people do 7, 8 hashtags.
Okay.
But I know from my experience, 21 is a key number.
Okay. Oh, so every post you do 21 hashtags?
21 hashtags.
Okay.
21. And the thing is, if you're using, you could use the same hashtag every week, right? Or for a week span, right? Every week, research your new hashtags. But for that week, if you're going to put the hashtag, just switch around the order of the hashtag every single photo.
Okay.
Right? So when the algorithm sees it, it's not like a copycat hashtag. So all you guys do, every single post that you do, just switch around the hashtag, use those same hashtags. Right? And then next week, if you figure out like those hashtags are not working anymore, when I switch it around, find new hashtags.
Okay, so when you say not working anymore, what do you mean? Are you talking about like you're not getting the amount of likes?
Yeah, you're not getting the likes that you used to get.
Okay.
And the thing is, what's tricky about the algorithm, you could use that same hashtag twice and it won't work the second time, but the third time you use it, it'll work. So you got to continue to exhaust it as much as you can.
Okay.
Once you know it's not working anymore, you're only getting 100 likes or something like that, which is not going to happen if you do key content that people already like. It will never happen that way. But if you do find it happen that way, because hashtags do get flooded, right? So the hashtag that used to work for black companies last year don't work right now because it's over flooded. There used to be hashtags like, you know, black businesses, Black Lives Matter, but because there's so many people using that hashtag, you're not going to get the same effect. And it's the same thing that happened on Instagram for most people, because there's so many people flooding Instagram, you don't have the same effect. Same thing that happened on Facebook. And what those platforms want you to do is pay to play.
Okay.
That's they fill their site as much people as they can. Yeah. So eventually the algorithm doesn't work the way that you want it to work, and you have to pay to play.
Okay.
So that's what's happening on these platforms, where if you post on Facebook this year and you're not getting the same likes that you did last year, it's because there's too many people.
Too many people.
Right.
Okay, and then you know that from, I guess, clicking the hashtag and then seeing the amount
and you
of people.
can see, so if you click the hashtag, you look at the top post, but then you look at also the recent posts. Just go through it. Look at the comments, look at the likes. If these guys are not getting likes and comments and they're using similar hashtags, you know the hashtag doesn't work. Because you know the recent post, you'll see who's engaged with what's going on, right? And this is the research that I encourage people to do, is just to understand what the right hashtag is, what people are looking at, and put yourself in front of the people, in front of the things that people are already looking at. That applies to your niche.
Okay, thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. So one last thing. So we know Facebook owns Instagram,
right?
But they're two completely different platforms, it seems like now. I think now Instagram is more of a younger demographic, and then Facebook is more of an older demographic, right?
Instagram, remember, Facebook used to be young.
Yeah.
Right. And remember I told you about, you know, finding your core audience. Yeah. You know, so there's early adopters, right? People usually see younger are early adopters. It's just like your son always watching YouTube. He doesn't know the difference between
you're right.
CTV.
Yeah, exactly.
He just likes what he likes, right? So that's what a lot of these platforms are. So Facebook seems older now because the older people are coming on it because they're the later adopters. They're the people who come on when everybody come on. Instagram's going to turn into that.
Okay.
That's why people are talking about TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's all these trends continue to happen. You can see it over and over again. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that, man. No, I appreciate the knowledge,
all
bro.
All day,
for sure.
And I thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
Today, you know, I gotta get myself a MacBook.
Oh, for sure. Get plugged in, man. Get plugged in because honestly, like the people. And when you enroll in the program, you know, and you're part of the Create Wealth Network, right? And everyone in the Create Wealth Network, you know, are titled wealth creators. Right. You know, you're already your wealth creator, you know, but, you know, having that title as a wealth creator, you know, you know that's in you. So every time we have, you know, we call them wealthy moments. These are like things that happen. This is a wealthy moment for me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And it's a culture because, you know, I want to be in communication with people that are on the same kind of frequency, you know, like and feeding off that energy, you know, congratulating each other's successes, you know, and that's what the network, Create Wealth Network, is about, you know. So it's a collective of people that are ambitious, you know, people who are running businesses, or even if you're working a 9-to-5, but you want to run a business, you know, because that's one of the Focus 11 of business, because having a business is so important, right? And you know, and we just want to come together because as the network grows, that's when we build a mastermind. Okay. You know, we share information, we share knowledge with each other, right? And that's how we could grow, right?
So let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, for sure. So, Create Wealth Network, you know, and Instagram. So at Create Wealth Network, on Facebook as well, at Create Wealth Network. My personal Instagram is Richie Change. And Richard Adokesi, you can find me on Facebook. I'm an early adopter. I don't have as many followers as you. I think you maxed out, right?
I maxed out.
You know, our friends on there and followers, but you know, mainly I want to emphasize on Create Wealth Network. You know, so that's the network that's building. You know, and you know, we want the network to grow. You know, we want like-minded people. We want everyone to come on board and get the map book, because the map book is a tool. Right. The map book is used with whatever else you're doing. Right. It doesn't matter what you're doing. The map book is applying universal laws and principles.
Correct.
You know, the map book is about your subconscious mind and program your subconscious mind. So information that people, you know, are learning, you know, but you're actually implementing it. If you use the map book, you're implementing everything that you're learning, you know?
Exactly. And you're seeing it and your actionable steps, so you have to complete it.
Exactly.
It's not just in your mind.
You have to complete it. And with the network, you know, because we have our network, so where we'll post, like, you know, each other, we'll let each other know when we get certain things. So you're held accountable now too.
Exactly.
You know, you say, okay, you're gonna do this, so now everyone's
seeing
that you're doing it, right?
And people, don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes, but doing that action is the most important, because that's how you learn.
Exactly.
Right? If you don't learn, you're not going to be able to get to the next step.
Exactly. So. Yeah. You're not going to be that person to be that. You know, you have to go through certain things to become that person that you're trying to become.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
All right. So thank you for coming today. I really enjoyed this podcast today. It was amazing. I want to do more.
Yes, do more for sure.
Everybody knows where to find you. Richie Change, Wealth Creations.
Yeah, Create Wealth Network, at Create Wealth Network on all the platforms. Right. And go through there, and even on YouTube, that Create Wealth Network. Yep. Right.
This is going to be on both of our channels.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. 100%. Definitely.
So, you know, the BizCore, we out. Thank you guys for listening. And next week, we'll have something brand new for you. We're probably going to go over the Facebook marketing platform completely, so we can show you exactly how to distribute your business and get yourself out.
So it's saying that if you don't mind plugging in your how to find you as well, you know, so because
it's the BizCore, TheBizKore, the BizCore. You can find me also Korey Miller. I'm all over the internet. But yeah, just go into the BizCore. We have a free one-on-one consultation and the reason why I do a free consultation instead of a webinar is because I want to actually see what you're going through and give you personal tips just for you.
Nice.
Right? Because every business has their own set of problems, right? So we want to attack those problems and give you the solution that works for you. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, brother. God bless you.
Thank you.
And the Biz Core, Create Wealth Network, and every business. You know, let's come together. Let's build.
Also, if you're in Toronto Podcast Studios is the place to be, because you'll get all that you need as far as, getting the quality content and be able to, build your YouTube channel and your podcast, right? Because the podcast is the new music, right? The same way that you get streams for music, you can get streams for your podcast, right? So this is the new wave of what's going on. So make sure that, if you're in the GTA area, you hit up Toronto Podcast Studios. So that's me, Korey Miller, the Biz Core is out. Richie, we out. Thank you for coming.
All right, God bless. Appreciate
all right,
it,
God bless.
Yes.
One. Thank you.